So what is Bitcoin? Even though everywhere we go these days we often hear about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, we still don't have a clear understanding of what Bitcoin actually is. We know that it's a new currency that is completely digital. We know that it's not issued by the government or controlled by the bank. But many of us don't know how exactly. If it's not, for example, controlled by the bank, then who controls it? How is it all secured? And how does it actually work? These are the questions I'll be covering in this video, and also about almost everything you'll need to know to understand how a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin is even possible. So before we dig deep into Bitcoin, I need to tell you about how the currency system currently works. And then we'll do a comparison to Bitcoin. This way you'll understand better why Bitcoin is potentially better. The current money system, the US dollars, pounds, and euros, as we all know them, are called fiat money. Fiat money is issued by the government and controlled by the bank. What many still don't know is that most of the fiat money is already digital, which means that your money in your bank account is just data in the bank's database. The database is stored in the bank's server, and when you transfer money to someone else from another bank, your bank server has to communicate with the bank of the person you are transferring the money to. And that person's bank account has to then be updated to the new balance, as well as your own account. This means that the bank alone will be responsible for your money, and if your bank's server, as well as the server's backups, were to one day say, for some reason get damaged or destroyed, it is possible that you will lose your money. This brings us to the word trust. Right now you have put your complete trust of your money in the hand of the bank, and there are ways this trust could be exploited. For instance, if the government decides to issue more money, that will cause inflation and the value of your money will drop. But with Bitcoin, you will not need to trust anyone. It is a currency that has removed trust completely out of the equation, and at the same time is very secure. But how? Well, Bitcoin has a decentralized system, which means unlike the fiat money, which is centralized and managed only by the bank, Bitcoin can be managed by anyone. Which means even you can become part of managing this currency if you want. This currency is made by the people and is for the people. Well, a little bit of background as to whom Bitcoin was created by. In October of 2008, a person first published a paper as to how a completely decentralized digital currency could work. This person called himself Satoshi Nakamoto, but that is his anonymous name and no one until now knows who he really is. Earlier I mentioned that money is just data in a database. That is also correct with Bitcoin. But how does it work and how is it secured? Well, imagine a list of transactions that says, for example, John sends Joe $20, Jenna sends Jerry $30, etc., etc. This list in the bank system is called a ledger. For fiat money, the bank manages this ledger. In Bitcoin, this list is called a block, and the ones who manage these blocks, the bankers of Bitcoin, are called miners. But you might be asking if the transactions are just lines of data in a block, and if the Bitcoin can be managed by anyone, what's to stop me from adding a line to the block and sending myself 1,000 Bitcoins? Well, short answer, you can do that. But because everyone else is also reviewing all the blocks, they will know that you created a fraudulent block. Furthermore, in order to create a block, you will have to solve a very difficult math problem, which is only possible with computers guessing the right solution from a very large number of guesses. Finding the right solution requires a lot of computer power and electricity. The miner that finds the right solution sooner than others can add the block in the chain of blocks in the Bitcoin network and receive rewards in Bitcoin and transaction fees. So, what is blockchain? This chain of blocks is called the blockchain. It is safe to say that blockchain is the heart of Bitcoin. Without it, it would have been impossible for a decentralized currency such as Bitcoin to be possible. Each block is encrypted with a very sophisticated algorithm called SHA-256, and decryption of the block is infeasible, which means it is almost impossible for the security of the blockchain to be cracked, and no one has ever figured it out. I have to say, if you want to use Bitcoin, buy or sell it, invest or trade, you don't need to know how exactly it works. But it is still good to know why Bitcoin has the potential to one day fully overthrow the current money system. It is decentralized, not issued by the government or controlled by the bank. The amount of Bitcoin is limited and can't be inflated. It is very secure and also transparent, which means anyone can see the transactions that happen in the Bitcoin network. But it is at the same time anonymous, which means you can see the transactions, but you can't see the name of the people sending or receiving the currency. One of the disadvantages that Bitcoin has is that in order to mine new Bitcoins and add blocks to the blockchain, a lot of electricity is required. This is a problem that some of the other cryptocurrencies have already solved by changing the way their coins are created. Bitcoin's way of mining coins is called proof of work, while some other cryptocurrencies use proof of stake. More on proof of work, proof of stake, mining, blockchain, Bitcoin trading, and Bitcoin wallets on upcoming videos. So make sure to subscribe if you like to watch more videos about Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. Well, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And that was it for this video of explaining how Bitcoin works. I'd appreciate if you would also hit the like button, and have a wonderful day, and see you on the next one.